school was way different than Zayed University. We had a very small class. We had no activities. It was really boring. So here at Zayed University, I get to experience activities. I have events I volunteer in. I get to work with professors from different countries, different places. It's different than school because I had to sit in one class and just study. There's a lot of things I can do here at Zayed University. Well, back in school we weren't allowed to use technology, like for example our iPads, our computers, only if we were in IT class, but here we're allowed to use everything, especially the iPads now. I find it really smart that we're allowed to use our iPads in class. I like the iPad because it's easier for me to carry around and use, especially that it's lighter than the laptop. And I like the touch screen. It's interesting because we have a Dropbox, for example. We can drop anything, so our professors, if we found something that involves the class, he would say like, oh yeah, that's good, share it with your friends. And it's like there's more communication. We leave class knowing that we can communicate with our professors out. I noticed one of the challenges, especially for new students coming in Zayed University, is their problem with English. They prefer to speak Arabic in classes, which is very rude to professors, especially that they don't understand what the student is saying. It is also disturbing for us as a group, especially that you can't actually tell a girl you're supposed to speak English. Find girls who would be too shy to answer the question because probably other girls would make fun of their English. We do have that in classes, but when their English becomes stronger, they become more confident in classes, in events, and a lot of times abroad I've been asked like different questions. For example, once this guy came up to me and he was like, "Can I ask you a question?" as an Arab. I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he asked me, "Do you go to school in a camel?" And at first I thought, we have camels, but we drive cars, you know, and I do not go to a school that's a tent. So sometimes I find it very funny how even professors, when they come here, they're like, wow, I did not expect this in the desert. I mean, how did this happen? Well, one of the main things professors should know is we're normal. We're just like the kids back in their country. We're just in shaylas and abayas. Because you would find students that are trying to work so hard, but the professors would have that idea that, okay, she's just trying to show me that she cares. But in the same time, it affects us as students because we are trying to prove to them that we're capable of doing the work and doing extra work. But sometimes, like the negative side of the other students reflects on our side. I would say a good teacher is someone who would interact with students, someone who would make the class more fun. Like we would have activities more than just sitting there and reading a book. But in the same time, we also need someone who would be serious. You know that feeling when you're scared of someone? Yeah, we need that feeling because we don't get scared too easily. Instructors should be aware that students like to negotiate. It can be good at times when students have a good reason. For example, they have 3 quizzes in the same day. A little bit of negotiation is good. If we had a class that was boring, I don't mean boring, I mean like with a professor who is very straightforward, we would be very bored in 20 minutes. And we have classes that go up to an hour and 20 minutes, and having that, I think by the first 20 minutes everyone will start falling asleep. But if we have a professor who's more fun and more enthusiastic, I think we would definitely be paying more attention to that. One thing I think professors should know is that we aren't as complicated as people say we are. I think we're normal. I don't know, I've studied abroad for 2 years and I've seen how people are there. Right, we're different because we don't have mixed classes, we don't interact with males as people do abroad, but I think we're quite the same, but in a different way. I think support is very important, especially that some of us might not have that support from their parents. So I think it's very important to have support from our teachers. One of the things I liked about Zayed University is that they help you become the person you want to be. They're always there. I mean, if I had a problem, I can go to my advisor, I can go to my professors. Some of the professors are very welcome to listening to my problems, to everything. It's very important to educate them about why they're here and why they need this education. Some of them have the mentality of their parents, which is a sad thing, because most parents think, okay, so she graduated from school, and now she doesn't have anything, so we're just gonna send her to university to study. And I've actually seen this in classes where the girl goes like, I don't want to do this, I'm just gonna finish university and just stay home. There's no motivation for what they're gonna do afterwards, and I think they're gonna regret this because the country is modernizing very fast, and for someone who just graduated from school, I don't think they'll be able to find work. If you haven't noticed, we have students or mothers who have left school and now they're coming back to study. Yeah, for example, the advisors, every advisor, they can talk to the students about the importance of them being in Zayed University, of how important education is and how they're going to need it in the future. University has to intervene more with students who might give up on their education. I think Zayed University is a very cool place to work in.